So last class we are discussing about methods chapter. I requested you to watch some videos. Hope you completed. Okay, up to here I requested you to watch videos and come. Hope you completed. So now we need to understand next topic, private, non-private methods, void, non-void methods. So these two topics we'll try to complete in today's class. Yeah, look at this program. Can you understand something? Try to understand something in this program. Yeah. So try to answer this question, this program. So what is a private method? What is a non-private method? A method that is declared with the keyword private is called private method. A method that is not declared with the keyword private, either default or protected or public, is called non-private method. Okay. So class example, private static void M1. So now this M1 method declared as a private. So it is a private method. If you remove this private keyword, then we call it as non-private method. Okay, fine. Now the next point. When you are creating this method, are there any rules we need to follow? When you are creating private method, are there any rules we must follow? Right. So while creating private method, there are no rules. by declaring this method as a private, inside this method body, there is no rule that that statement allowed or this statement not allowed. The type of rules are not there. If you declare method as a static, inside the static method, you cannot access non-static variable. Remember, you cannot access non-static variable, or you cannot access non-static method directly. We must access by using object. Like that, there are no rules as such while declaring method as a private. But this method has a rule in calling. Okay, but we have a rule in calling this method from other classes. You cannot call this method from other classes. If we declare method as a private, you cannot call from other classes. If you try to call from other classes, compiler throw error. Now you look at here, M1 method declared as a private, M2 method I declare not as private. So this M1 method is called private method, M2 is called non-private method. Then tell me, can I call M1, M2 both methods within the same class? Yes. Okay, M1 method private I can call within the same class. Example class main method M1 I can call. So whenever we run this class example, JVM call main method, then M1 method is executed, because private within the same class we can access. M2 method non-private within the class we can access. Next question. I am defining normal method like M1, M2. I am defining one normal method, M3 method. Within M3 method, can I call this M1 method? Where you are calling this M1 method within the same class other method. Possible or not? Possible. So within the same class you can access anywhere, no problem. But now I am taking another class, test class main method. In another class, M1 method, is it allowed to call? No. Why? M1 method searching in example class found as what? Private. You cannot access. Compiler throw error. Can I call M2 method? Compiler searching for M2 method in example class found as private or non-private? Non-private. So it is allowed to access. Example.m3 method. Now M3 method searching in example class available as a private or non-private? Non-private. So first line is error. Next two lines are no error. Everyone are already following up? Up to now, any doubts? Okay, now question. When you access this M3 method, here M2 method output will come. Control will go to M2 method, logic executed, return back. Now when I call M3 method, can you tell me what is output? Control will go to M3 method. M3 message is displayed. Now in M3 method, you call M1 method. Na? Is it executed? Any compile time error? Come on, come on. Is there any compile time error? No compile time error. M3 displayed, M1 also executed, output is M1. Sir, method M1 is a private now, sir. How can I access from main method? Look at in main method. In main method, are you accessing M1 method or M3 method? M3 method. M3 method is a part of what? M3 method, same class. So we declare this M1 method as a private to access it via within the same class method. That's what I accessed. Other programmer not accessing M1 directly, he is accessing via M3. That is allowed. That's what the design of this code, right? For example, you take ATM machine. ATM machine has a cache. Can you take cache directly? No. ATM machine have a cache. Cache can access directly. No, that is private property. Okay. Can you access via the monitor screen? Can you access via monitor screen? ATM machine monitor screen by swiping the card? Yes. Tell me, here cache is nothing but M1 method that you are allowed to access via the monitor screen M3 method. Hope you understand. Okay, there are two types of functionalities there in a project. In a class, there are two types of functionality. Number one, a function that should be accessed from other functions. A sub-function, I can say. A function that is accessed from other functions, sub-function. Okay, and then a function direct accessing. Main function, sub-function, two functions are there. Main function you can access from other programmer. Sub-function which is part of another function should not access from other programmer. Then that type of sub-functions you have to declare as a private. I given one example, ATM machine. Another example, I'll give you same bank application. When you deposit money or withdraw money or transfer money to your mobile, one alert message is coming. Na? That alert message sending one method will be there in bank application called alert. Deposit, withdraw, transfer money are public methods. Those must be accessed by you. Alert method should not access publicly. When this alert method should execute only via deposit, only when deposit happen, withdraw happen, online transfer happen. So alert method must be declared as a private, should call via three methods. Hope you understand private, non-private methods. Everyone got clarity? Yeah? Now read these points. Read these points. And can you write program now for this program yourself? Now, I'll give 2 minutes time. Can you write a program for this? I want you to develop deposit withdraw method. From deposit withdraw method, call alert method by declaring it as private. Try to develop. I'll wait. Guys, hope you developed it. Should I help you? Are you able to develop or should I help you? Completed? I gave you time for working, not for enjoying, right? Most of the people are just, sitting idly. I don't know why. No problem. Every dog has a day. Your day will come. Yeah, class bank account. Here what you write? I wanted to declare properties, private, long account number, private, string account holder name, private, double, balance, right? And then you need to develop private, void, deposit, private or public. These methods should access from all places. So it should be public. Public void deposit. For the logic, I must take amount. Double amount. This dot balance equal to this dot balance plus amount. And next, withdraw operation. This dot balance equal to this dot balance minus amount. Public void current balance. System dot out dot println balance. Okay. Now I want write logic here. After deposit operation completed, I want to display a message. Deposit operation completed, this much money credited. After withdraw operation completed, I want to display message. This much operation completed. This is the final balance. For that purpose, I want to define one alert method as private method because it's executed only within a same deposit withdraw methods. Private, void. What do you write now? Alert. Okay. This alert method I must call in deposit method. Also should call inside withdraw method. Okay. Everyone understand? And now in this alert method, what you need to do? I should display a message system.out.println. System.out.println. I should write a message here, double quotes. How much amount you withdraw deposit, that amount plus is plus, tell me, sometimes credit, sometimes debit. Action, amount is credited, double quotes, in your account. Okay, in your account plus, okay, then final balance is final balance is plus balance. Now this alert method should take two parameters, double amount comma string action. Now here I need to pass amount comma action is double quotes credited. Deposit and debited are credited. And next here amount comma double quotes debited. Okay, hope you understand how I design the code. And finally, public void display method system.out.println of double quotes account number account holder name balance balance. Okay, did you understand? Okay, you can also include static method, non-static method also here. Private, static, string, bank name, string, branch name, string, IFSC. Okay, all these are static properties. Now these static properties to access, you can define static method. Sometimes I want all three static members values separately. So what do you write now? Public void bank name. Sometimes you'll ask which bank your bank is. Now this should be static method. Okay, leave it. Let us concentrate only on private method. So can I hope you understood how to write private, non-private method and call? People who are in confusion, is it clear? Still any questions? If you have, please ask. Okay. If you are confused with this, let me remove this. I'll explain you this later. Okay. Info I have written. I removed this. Okay. Problem solved. Okay, now this concept we'll discuss later. It's not required. Now I want to develop test program class. Now create bank account object account equal to new bank account of. So first I want to display all details of the account dot display, compile, execute. So account number, account holder name, balance. We are getting all default values. Hope I no need to explain memory diagram here. Right? I no need to explain memory diagram. Circle 3 variables memory created with the default values. Now I am assigning values to it. Okay, can I assign values to these 3 variables now? No, these are private variables. To access private variables, we need to define methods. Currently, I have not defined. I'll show you how to define methods to initialize these private variables in the coming class. At this minute, I want to call deposit method, okay? Deposit withdraw method only I want to call. Account to dot deposit of. Account dot deposit of. Now, I am passing 10,000 rupees. Then, look at there, what happened? Deposit method called, background alert method is also called. 10,000 is credited in your account. Final balance is 1,000 rupees. Okay, now understand the point? This message is coming from alert method. Okay, next. I'm calling withdraw method by giving 3,000 rupees. Then, now 3,000 rupees is withdrawn and alert method is executed. 3,000 is debited in your account. Final balance is 7,000 rupees. Okay, I'll write message something like credited to, debited from, and I'm removing this in. Control 1 compiled, control 2. Okay, 3,000 is debited from your account, final balance is 7,000. 10,000 is credited in your account, final balance is 10,000 rupees. So the values we are passing amount substituted here, and debited to, credited to, action. Amount is the value, and this text message is what? Action. What operation you did, that is called action. So this is the basic idea about how to develop private, non-private methods. Any doubts? And if you want to know current balance, you can display that message, system.out.println. Sometimes after, even though messages are coming to your mobile, you will be verifying account balance. How much is my balance? Because you don't believe the messages. So again, you are going to ATM and you are checking how much balance is there. Look at the final balance is 7,000 rupees. Next point, next types of methods, void and non-void methods. Just read all points, what we need to discuss in this chapter, in this topic, void, non-void methods. Read all points. Okay, tell me what is void method, what is non-void method. What is void method? A method whose return type is void is called void method. What is non-void method? A method whose return type is other than void is called non-void method. Other than void, nothing but return type is either primitive data type or reference data type. Tell me, if I create a method like this, it is what method? Void m1 I have written. This is what method? Void method, because its return type is void. If I write something like this, a primitive data type int m1, and now this is what method? Non-void method whose return type is int. If I write like this, int array m1, if I write int array m1, what is this? This is non-void method whose return type is int array. Okay, if I write like this, example m1, what is this? It is a non-void method whose return type is example. That means from this m1 method, okay, let me take m2, this is m3, this is m4. From this method m2 method, we must return what value? Int value. From this m3 method, I must return what value? Int array object. From this m3 method, we must return what? Int array object. From this m4 method, what should I return? Example class object, whose return type is example. So example class object. How to return value from the method body? Return type will specify what type of value will return from the method. It will not return value. Who will return value? Return keyword. Return keyword will return value 5 semicolon. Okay. What the value return value? Int array M3. Now here return what value I should return here? What the return type is? Int array. So I should return int array object. How to create array object? By using new keyword, na? New. What type of array? Int array. Then here I should specify size, some value. Okay, 3. This is int array object creation syntax. I am returning through the return type int array. Next, what is the return type of this method? Example. So tell me what I should return here. I should return example class object. I can create example class object with a referenced variable e, or also you can write what? New example semicolon. Like this also you can write. Okay, get my point? So what is a void method? A method whose return type is void is called void method. What is a non-void method? What is a non-void method? A method whose return type other than void, it may be primitive data type or reference data type, array or class name. Then we call it as non-void method. Tell me, when should we create a method as a void, non-void method? If you don't want to return any value from the method body, then we should create method as a void method. When you need to return value from method body, when you need to return value or object from method body, then you must create method as a non-void method. Okay. If you want to return primitive value, then you should take return type primitive data type. If you need to return array object or class object, then the return type should be int array or whatever class object array. Okay, for example, if you want to return multiple example class objects, how can I write now? Example array M5, open bracket, return new example square bracket of 3. Now what you are returning? What you are returning now? You are returning example array object. Okay, this is int array, example array. Like this we need to write. Hope you all understand. All these 4 questions. All these 4 questions understood? What is void method? What is non-void method? When should we create method as a void? When should we create method as a non-void? Next, on what basis we must choose return type of a method? Based on the value you want to return or based on the object you wanted to return. How can I return a value from a method? By using the keyword return. What are the different forms of return keyword? Return keyword have 2 forms. What are the 2 forms? Return semicolon and return value semicolon. Return semicolon and a return value semicolon. What is return semicolon? If you don't want to return any value from a method, you use return semicolon. Then it is allowed inside which method? Void method. Inside void methods, we are allowed to write return semicolon. Return value semicolon. Now, return value semicolon is used for returning a value from a method. It is allowed in which method? It is allowed inside non-void methods. This is not non-veg. It is a non-void, okay? It's a non-void methods. Inside void method, return semicolon is optional. If you want to write, you write, otherwise leave it. Okay. Now, inside void method, return value semicolon is mandatory. If you don't place return value semicolon, compiler will throw error. Actually, inside void method also, return semicolon is mandatory. Behalf of you, compiler will place return semicolon. Okay, behalf of you, compiler will place return semicolon. Is it clear? Behalf of you, return semicolon, compiler will place, because return semicolon is common to all programmers. Okay, there is no difference from one method to another method. But whereas if you take return value semicolon, now the value is changing from one program to another program, from one method to another method. So it is a programmer responsibility to place return value semicolon. Okay, everyone understand? Okay, let me show you how to create void method. M1 method return type is void. M2 method return type is int. Inside M1 method, can I place return semicolon? In defining this M1 method, is there any rules we need to follow? Yes. No rules. Inside M1 method, we need to follow any rules. While creating void method, is there any rule? Yes. Inside void method, you cannot place return value semicolon. Except return value semicolon, you can place any statement. Okay, na? Are there any rules in void method? Are there any rules in void method creation? I mean, non-void method creation? Yes. There is a rule in non-void method creation. What is that rule? What is that rule? Inside void, non-void method, we must place return semicolon. Okay, look at here. Identify compile time errors. Is return semicolon allowed? Is this return semicolon allowed? No. Is return semicolon allowed in M1 method? In M1 method, return semicolon allowed? Yes. Is this return 5 semicolon allowed? No. In void method, return semicolon allowed? No. What is the compile time error? What is missing? Return statement missing or return value missing? In previous program, if you compile M1 method, any compile time error here? No. In M2 method, any compile time error? Yes. Return statement is missing. Okay. Now, if I place return semicolon here, any compile time error? Yes. Now, what is missing? Return value is missing. Okay. Return 5 semicolon, any error? No. What is the value you must return? What the rule in returning value? What is the value you are allowed to return? You are allowed to return only the return type based on the return type of the method. What the return type of this method? Int. What the return type of this method? Int. This 5 is written via this int. Yes, possible. Single quote A can return via int. If you want to return a value from a return type, the value should be either same type or its lesser range type. Single quote A is a character. Character is lesser than int. Okay. Single quote is a character. Character range is lesser than int. So are we allowed to return here? Yes. Okay, we can return the value from this int allowed. So we can return int or char or byte or short. Then tell me, double quote say can I return? Double quote says what? String. String compatible to int? No. 5L is a long, higher range. Compatible with int? No. 5F is a float, higher range. Compatible with int? No. Compiler throw error. So what is allowed? Return inside a void method, return semicolon is only allowed. It is optional. Inside non-void method, return value semicolon only allowed. The two, the value range must be the return type of this method, same type or lesser type. If you take incompatible type or higher range value, it leads to compile time error. So this is the story about void, non-void methods definition. Now we need to call. What the different ways we can call a void, non-void methods? We can call void, non-void methods in a 5 ways total. Directly by their name like this. As a variable assignment statement. Like this. Method call assignment operator to x. As an expression operand like this. 10 plus m1. M1 value added to 10, result is stored in y. As a method argument, maybe our own method argument or SOPLN argument. As a return value of other method, return M1 method. Okay, na? Did you understand? Tell me in first operation what happened? M1 method is executed. Okay. In first operation, M1 method is executed. In second operation, M1 method is executed and result is stored in X variable. In third operation, M1 method logic is executed. The return value is added to the 10, store the result in Y. In third operation, M1 method logic is executed and its value returned to, its value is passed, return value is passed as an argument to M2 method. Next, M1 method is called, its return value passed as argument to println displayed on the console. In this operation, M1 method is executed, return value is returning from this current method. Let's say the method is M3 method. M3 method return type is int. M1 method return value is returning from M3 method. Okay. So totally how many ways we can call? 5 ways. Now you decide and tell me, among all these 5 ways, among all these 5 ways, Hey guys, please write down these notes. This notes is not there in the material. Please write down this.